Hey guys, welcome to our channel now. Yesterday I said I was going to, within the next couple days, do this Simon and Garfunkel thing, and I'm going to, but I want to touch base on something I was going to mention yesterday. And I'm going to touch base on something we haven't really talked about much. Um, when I was talking about yesterday that it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what these other people think that are doing the stuff. So maybe I want to learn more about, what their crap, their satanic rituals, what they think they're doing. And again, like Ron over at Just a Voice, he was showing all the news anchors and stuff, putting up, the devil horns. And, well, not to offend him or anybody else, but like this. That's and to me, they got the hook 'em horns. They do that in Texas, and uh, but really, when you think about it, um, they could just be random gestures. But if you get into the mindset of somebody who believes that stuff, then that might be exactly what they're doing. And the more I see this news stuff, the more I realize that's probably exactly what they're doing. So I should look into all that. And that brings me around to these decodes. At first, we were getting a bunch of stuff, but we haven't done them for a while. I'm kind of not in a great spot to do them, but hopefully by spring I will be. We will be. But my fiance pointed out, uh, for one thing, we found a lot of metals in there. Remember? There wasn't a whole lot of people following along at that time. Um, but those that were, Phoenix, especially because he pointed out all the heavy metal music that was changing, stuff that I hadn't even heard of. Well, we found a lot of metals in the decodes, right? And then the Tin Man, which I reached out to a couple of people, and either they don't see the change, they already covered the change, which I can't find, or my comment ain't coming up for them, or maybe it's under for review, like some of mine are for a year or better, and I don't know they're there. Um, but the Tin Man, and I got a change with him that I saw that's pretty blatant, looks pretty weird, and I'll cover that sometime if nobody else does. Um, but the Tin Man, that's a metal, and there's a lot of changes to him going on, and that also represents artificial intelligence, right? Um, and guess what? We got a lot of artificial intelligence hits in our decodes, especially by the numbers, right? So a lot of interesting connections there. Um, and I know that was one thing I wanted to mention yesterday. So before we get underway, I wanted to mention that. And we will get back into the decodes eventually. We'll finish the Bible um, decodes. We were almost done with that. I'd have to get back into my work. But yeah, a lot of metals and a lot of changes with heavy metal music. The Tin Man, artificial intelligence, and who knows? I mean, I'd have to go back through my notes and find out what all we found. And I'm sure there's way more connections than that, but that's just the two I want to point out. The two me and my fiance spoke about. So then now we're going to get into this Simon and Garfunkel. And again, if somebody covered this, let me know. Show me that they covered it, and I'll take this down. Well, maybe I won't because I covered the other point. But if this has already been covered, I apologize. But Simon and Garfunkel, and I'm also going to get into what Phoenix commented last night about Simon with the and symbol and Garfunkel. And I had a whole video I've been planning on stuff like that because I did some looking, and I found that some of the albums have the and symbol, and some of the albums are wrote out and. Not sure, um, but I found that with a couple of other bands going on, and I'm not real sure if it's like Moneybags would say, realities merging, which it could be, or if it was simply done on purpose. But Simon and Garfunkel now, Bridge Over Troubled what? What do you remember? Bridge Over Troubled Waters or Bridge Over Troubled Water? Well, if you remember like I do, Bridge Over Troubled Waters, like Moneybags likes to say, hang on to your hats, sit down, and strap in, because now it's Bridge Over Troubled Water, both the album and the song. All right. Um, Now, I was not going to go through with this video because I could find no residue at first, but I did find one thing, and I figure that's good. It's worth it. I'm reading out of a ebook here, and whoop 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 whoop, Bridges. Oh boy, did I just lose it? Ew. Hold on. Uh-oh. Well, I did that to myself. Here we go. Um, Calm down. Okay, right here. Excuse me for that. It says Simon and Garfunkel built a bridge over troubled waters, as I recall, which is a lovely song. And they go on to say build a bridge and get over it, but that's where they mention it's highlighted here, bridge over troubled waters. And I'll provide this link, guys, in the description. But if you run a quick, and the Google's good enough for this, I think, because I looked up the album itself and looked at the album cover. But yeah, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and that's what it is. I would play this, but the last time I actually listened to this, they did say Bridge Over Troubled Water in the song. I guess I should listen and see if they say waters somewhere one more time, because I listened to this, when I first discovered it, which was a couple weeks ago, and the way this goes, you never know. So what do you guys remember? Bridge Over Troubled Waters or Bridge Over Troubled Water? And I guess that's going to be it for this one. So go ahead and thumb this video up if you remember Bridge Over Troubled Waters with an S, and go ahead and thumb this down if you remember it was always Bridge Over Troubled Water, singular. And I guess that's going to be it for now. We're sitting on a few things we got videos for. It's a matter of finding the time to do it and coordinating the time with the opportunity at this point. But I'm finding that we're slower now and at work-wise, and I'm finding more opportunities and time meshing together to get some of this stuff out, so that's good. But anyway, guys, let us know what you think in the comments as well. We always like the feedback. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks a lot for watching. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.